I will say this, that we have brought 4 schools in from very heavily populated parts of the country with great viewership in different locations that we've never been in. And I say, when you talk about Central Florida, you talk about Cincinnati, and you talk about Houston, or you talk about huge populations in viewership from television. And then with BYU, you have their following with the church that's coast to coast. So essentially, we hit a home run on this league, no question about it. How we try to attack it in recruiting, we would probably get a feel for how young men in Central Florida or in Ohio would feel about coming to school here, and get a barometer and a feel for it, because I don't want to fly all the way across the country if I can get the same product within a 4-hour drive. And there's a lot of players within a 4-hour drive of us now. So we would have to feel the water and get a good idea of what the interest level is before we make that decision. A little easier to Houston because you get a direct flight, right? And a little easier to Salt Lake City because you get a direct flight. The other one's, a little bit more of a risk, but we'll see. Maybe we can find young men that makes the pool that we choose from a little bigger, that say, I'll come to Oklahoma State and go to school, but I don't want to go down there. And then then somebody says, well, you just flew over 50 schools to get there. Why would you go there? I mean, that's kind of the things we have to look at. Well, I'm going to repeat myself now, but when I said we hit a home run in a lot of areas. The concern, which I said this in July, was not having a destination and landing point in recruiting to be able to tell young men this is who we are. That's an issue. I never tried to say it wasn't an issue. From the start, I said that is an issue. I didn't think we would have this accomplished until next year, which is what I said. I was wrong. But I also mentioned that no matter what, Oklahoma State's going to land somewhere and be just fine. There's too many things going here in football. Whenever this conference realignment starts, whatever it ends up, it might change again in 25. If you just start looking at where media rights are, could change again. Oklahoma State's going to be fine. We have too good of a product. We won too many games, and too many people watch us. So, but the way it turned out couldn't be any better, in my opinion, for the Big 12. For a Power 5 conference standing, and we all know that the budget becomes a big issue. So we're in a very solid and sound budget situation for years to come, until it starts to all turn over again in 25 or could be 24. Now I don't know. Nobody knows, but it probably will turn again. Oklahoma State will be just fine, because those are the things that, people talk about recruiting. You can hide it all you want, but you need to be in a Power 5, which we are. The Big 12's got a big name, which it is. And we now know our destination, and you don't get budget cuts in your athletic department. It's a big deal. So we took care of all that. Now moving forward, Central Florida, based on being in our conference now, it's only going to get better for them. I mean, they're located in a huge population. They've got great football in that part of the country. They already have 70,000 students. And BYU is, in my opinion, looked at as a Power 5 conference school, their logo, for a long time. And they have a huge following from coast to coast. And you have Cincinnati now that's played well for a number of years, and they have a huge populated area and a great big television market there. So now, how is that going to improve their logo? I bet it improves their marketing people. I'm just guessing, are fired up at Cincinnati now to start marketing that for their logo. And then Houston has been wanting in our league for a number of years, right? Supposedly. And they're sitting right in the Big 12 country, and they got tons of population and tons of high school football to recruit from, and a lot of viewers down there. I mean, the only thing, they battle the Astros and the Texans, but and the Rockets, but for the most part, it couldn't have happened any better for Oklahoma State and the remaining 8 schools, in my opinion. And I don't want to speak for those other schools, but I know for Oklahoma State, the future's a home run.